Hi everybody, this is Sue, and I am back. I am hoping that we can uh, finish up this Simplicity 9603 very soon. I personally am getting very tired of it. We have just the facing to put on and the make the drawstring is about all that's left. So we're gonna work on the facing today, and so I'm going to drop you down here so that you can see this, and hopefully, whoa. Ooh, that's coming off. All right. Let's see. I think that's it. I think that's where it needs to be. I'm going to tighten this down so it doesn't move. I'll try to tighten this down. See if I can get it going in the right direction. There we go. All right. So we are looking at, we're going to make the facing today. And so it says to apply interfacing to the front and back back sections. Now the interfacing that I used was Pellon 9603, which is shear weight, fusible shear weight interfacing. There are other lightweight interfacings out there. There's featherweight and ultra lightweight and stuff like that. But I suggest a lightweight interfacing for this. You don't want a heavy weight going around your neck. Believe me, I put one on and I can't wear the shirt. It's too much. So once you get that on here, then we are going to sew the right and left front facings to the back facing. So what I suggest, to make sure that we're sewing the right and left onto the back, because I got started with this and realized that the pattern said to cut 4 of these, and I had cut 2. I did find a scrap that was big enough that I could cut the rest of it out. So I've now got 2 of each. So let's see, where's the back facing? Here. Okay, so we're going to sew so you have to make sure that you're sewing the back facing to the front facing, and you want to make sure that you are going to so what I'm going to do, just to be on the safe side, just to make sure that I've got it going in the right direction, I'm going to put it around my neck, just to make sure that I've got everything let's see. because since I had to cut 4 of everything, now I want to make sure that I'm not screwing things up. I've got everything going the way it's supposed to go. So, let's... So, I put it around my neck, and I believe, yes, that this is right. I believe that's right. Because here's the front part of it, like that. So, we're going to now sew these. We're just going to sew these 2 seams right here. This and this. And that's what we're going to do right now. So once we get this sewn together, we'll look at the next step. And it looks like I need to thread my needle. So, if you, like me, have a machine that doesn't have an automatic threader, and you have to thread your needle without it, try a little bit of glue stick on the end of your thread. It stiffens it out and makes it go through the needle, the eye of the needle, a little bit better. It just doesn't take hardly anything, just a little glue stick. If you don't have a glue stick, if you got a lip balm, that works too. Especially if you've got a lip balm that's got some wax in it. But any lip balm will do. If you don't have I want to take it down where you can see. Tighten that up so it doesn't flop around. And that should just go right on in there, which it did. And, whoops, sorry about that. My tripod legs are kind of tippy. Oh. It doesn't look like the bobbin thread is okay. That did not pull that up. Why not? Let's turn this back. Straight stitch. And put the needle in the middle. And I'm going to pause this for a second. All right, I got things straightened out now. So we're going to, we're going to sew at 5/8, which is right there. This is, I have to come out of there. Okay. So set the needle. A couple of stitches forward, then backward. And all right, there's that one. And we're going to do this one. 5/8, which is what it says to do. Take those out. And right there on the 5/8 line. Set the needle. We got that done. So let's read up and see what we're supposed to do next. Let's press this. So I'm going to pause this while I go press it. I'll be right. Alright, let's put you back down here so you can see the next thing that we're supposed to do according to the directions. Alright. Let's see if I can put you down here. And you can see this. Alright. I think. Okay, right here, I think. All right, and the next thing it says to do is to reinforce along here and to okay, so we stitch the back band and the front band together and then stitch single notched edged from the raw edge above. It shows to make a hem right here, or to it shows to make a hem here on this outside, to reinforce it right here for some reason, right here. And I did this. I took the pattern, there's a dot right here on the pattern, and then you're supposed to stitch along here to reinforce that, and then we're supposed to put a narrow hem on this side over here. So, okay, so we'll do that. We'll put in the reinforcing stitching on this side, and then we'll put in the narrow hem on the other side. So we're going to go back over here to the sewing machine. Hope you can see that. I think you can. Right there, I think. All right. So the dot is like right here, and then it says to put in some what's going on here? Okay. Reinforced stitching right here. I don't quite understand why we're putting in reinforced stitching right here, but all right. Right, and so I had any. Okay. So we're going to put the stay stitching or the reinforcement stitching in here, and let's see if I can get a hold of this. All right. And so, and okay. So now it says we don't. Now it says to put a narrow hem on this side. I'm not showing you very well. I'm sorry. On the outside edge, we're supposed to put in a narrow hem on this side. So, I guess we'll do that now. So hang on a minute, I just dropped it on the floor. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the little technique that we learned on the hem, or on the sleeve rather, and we're going to do some stay stitching first on, let's see, let me show you. This is the way I think it is. Okay, so we put the reinforcement stitching here. We're going to put the narrow hem here. I don't know why we would put it here, because isn't this going to stitch onto... That doesn't make any sense. No, it's this side that's going to sew onto the main body of it, I think. So, that's what they're showing. They're showing to put a narrow hem along this outside edge here. Okay. That's what we're going to do. I don't see it, but that's what we're going to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to use that little trick that we learned over there on when we did the sleeves, and we'll put the stay stitching in first. That gives us a guide to make the narrow hem. Okay. That's the way I understand it. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do the stay stitching along here. That's a lot of stay stitching. I think I'll show you a little bit of it, and then I'm going to turn the camera off so that this isn't such a long video, because it's already 21 minutes, so this is a long video. So I'm going to stay stitch, and then I'll come back. Okay, so now the stay stitching will be like 1/4 of an inch from the edge, and we're going to go all the way around. Now you don't want to back stitch or anything, you just we're just going to put this in. Sorry, my foot pedal got kind of... Okay, so we're going to put it in here. And I'm going to go all the way around, and then I'll be right back. Okay. I went ahead and I did the same thing to the lining for this facing, and so I have not yet pressed, but I think I only just pressed this over. I think we're going to sew this down. I'm not sure. Because we're going to sew these two together now. So I think we press this. Yeah, I think we just press this over one time, I think. Because we're going to sew it together, I think. Anyway, that's what I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to press this over like that. I've sewn everything together. And I got to press these shoulder seams open. Oh, I see I got that caught right there. Oh. Okay, that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to press that open, and then I think we start sewing these together. At least I think that's what we do. So I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. I spent quite a bit of time stay stitching along this outer edge and pressing. Let's show you this. Okay, I stay stitched along the outer edge. This is the inner. This is what I'm calling the outer. And then pressing it down 1/4 of an inch. Now it says to clip the curves, and so I think that's right. I think we're supposed to clip the curves. Make shallow clips along curves where necessary. All right. So we're going to clip right here in the front where that notch is, where that our dot rather is, and then you do that reinforcement stitching right there. Okay, I think they're not real. I think we need to make like 3 little clips right there. And here in the neck area, this really needs the we need a clip right here. You do not want to clip through your stitching, even though it's just stay stitching. We don't want it that deep. And then come down here and put 3 clips right in here. And I think that's what we need to do. All right. We'll do it on this side. Right here in this area. And right here. And then here in the neck. We'll put in the clips here. And I'm not sure. I think we have to put clips in on this side too, but I'm putting clips in here. I hope I'm doing this correctly. All right, we got that done. Now, the way this reads to me, and I will show you this. I think it says okay, it now says with right sides together, we want to take this and we are going to pin the front edges of the facing and band together, matching centers, shoulder seams, and large dots. Stitch leaving seam opening between large dots for view A or below large dot for view B. I don't know if you can see that or not. So, let's see if I can readjust this. All right, so the way this looks to me, we've already we pressed this side, but we're going to sew on this side here down to the dot where we did all that reinforcement stitching. So I'm doing view B. So I'm going to come down below this dot a few stitches. If it's view A, if you're doing view A, which is the long dress, the long skirt, whatever, you will stop here at this large dot. So, and it looks like there's a clip right there. So we'll clip that right there at that dot. And we'll sew these together all the way around the neck, and starting here at the large dot and going all the way around a few stitches below if you're doing view B, or right at the large dot if you're doing A, and then go around. So let me show you. This is what I believe. We are going to take the facing and the lining. We are going to put right sides together. And we are going to sew from here at this large dot right here. I'm doing view B, so I'm going to come down a few stitches below this large dot. We need to clip right here. It shows a clip right there. So we need to clip it right there at that large dot. So let's pin that together. Almost had that, and then I lost it. Okay, so the dot is the large dot's right there. So the way I understand it, I'm right-handed. I'm going to put a clip right there, and we're going to that large dot and match it with the large dot here. Had to keep a hold of that pin and put that in there. It isn't as easy as you'd think it'd be. Okay, that's almost where it wants to be. Okay, so right there. So that's where that's supposed to be clipped. Okay, so we're going to sew all the way around and end up here. So we're gonna have to put some pins and stuff in here. Because we want to make sure our shoulder seams match. I'll learn how to talk one of these days. And down here, put in a few pins here. So we're going to start now then. Things aren't matching up right here like they should. If you have these scissors, make sure if you're not using them that you close them, because they are extremely sharp. And you don't want to be knocking it off onto your foot, because if you're like me, you sew barefooted, and you don't want that thing going into your foot. Okay, so let's make sure that everything is lining up, and this is not. So let's make sure that these dots are matching up like they're supposed to. And the dots are lining up on this side. And everything is lining up. Because everything's supposed to line up perfectly, supposedly. Ouch. Alright. And it looks like, so we are going to sew from a few stitches, well, for me, because I'm making view B, a few stitches below that dot, at 5/8 inch, I believe. Does it say? Okay. Alright, I think it's 5/8. And if you want to use a seam guide, let's see. This doesn't look like this is gonna. This looks like it's not matching up like it should. Maybe it is. Put a pin in there. Hold it together. Wants to catch on my table. The lock for my table is right there. And everything's wanting to catch on it. And I don't think the lock works anymore. Okay, I think we're okay. So, let's see. Is right there. All right. Raise the needle. Make sure you've got on the tail. And oh, what you dropped on the floor. And here we go. We are going to start here.